We're just going to give you guys a rundown of our DIY brooder. I'll start with the brooder itself. We got the tote at Walmart for about $17, $18. And the grating we used for the top, these were just cookie drying or cooling racks we got at the dollar store. Our original plan was to zip tie them for hinges, but we had these 3M type hooks lying around. They're intended for weaving wires through, which they allow it to hinge very well. And then one of our biggest concerns, because we are brooding our chickens in our home, was the stability of the heat lamp. So I built this stand just with some lumber I had lying around that makes it sturdy and just reduces the fire risk hazard. We bought the heat lamp itself at PV Mart, and the rest of this setup we purchased from Canadian Tire. I used a 1/4-inch galvanized chain, and here I have 5 feet, which is a little more than I need. And we just bought this little pulley. It was about $4.95, and it allows us to adjust the height of the lamp according to the temperature within the brooder. And I have a hook here to lock it. In our situation, this will be facing the wall, so it can't be messed with by the kids. On the other side of the brooder, just let me turn it around here for you. I went a little bit overkill with the heat monitoring system. We have a digital meat thermometer, which allows us to set a alarm so that if it gets too hot or too cold, we can adjust the height of our heat lamp. And right now it is at 88 degrees. I secured the end of the meat thermometer by drilling a few holes in the brooder and zip tying it into place so that it doesn't pose a risk to the chicks. Okay, we are going to set up our brooder to receive our chicks. So I'm just going to add some of the pine shavings to the bottom of the brooder. One more should do the trick. Let's just spread this around nice and evenly. Might need a little bit more yet, or not, but we decided to go with a pine. Like we mentioned, we went with the plastic tote, and that'll just help in cleaning it. We can take the chicks right out and easily clean the inside of it. Okay, we've set up our brooder, and now we're going to just show you what we've done for a feeder and a waterer. We got this candle holder at a thrift store for $1, and we've just taken a regular canning jar and we've glued the lid to the candle holder, but we've left spaces in the hot glue so that as the chicks drink the water, as they drink the water, it'll self-water, but we've glued the lid on to give the jar stability so that it doesn't get tipped over. And here we have our feeder. Ironically, this is a chicken roaster that we also got at a thrift store. So we will fill the mason jar with feed and then put the chicken roaster into it, and then as the chicks take the food out, it will self-feed, and that should... Alright, so the total cost of our DIY waterer and feeder, the jars were 25 cents a piece and $1 for each base that we used, and so the total cost of our water and feeder was $2.50. Alright, so we've gone with this digital meat thermometer. Just our first time having chicks, we want to make sure the temperature is right. So in week 1, they'll need to be around that 95 degrees Fahrenheit. So we can set an alarm. Right now it's at 95. But if it peaks at 96, say we wanted the alarm and it were to go off, we would get a warning like that it was getting too hot inside the brooder, which then we would adjust the height of our heat lamp.